Hey everyone, Deborah with Pinching Pesos here, and I thought I would do some eBays and bacon this morning. I know I have been super quiet lately. There hasn't been a lot going on in my YouTube land, and there's a couple reasons behind that. Mostly because when I rearranged my office, um, I rearranged it in a way that wasn't conducive for me doing YouTube, because the last time I did an eBays and Bacon, if you remember, there was some technical issues with it, and that was because my laptop kept freezing. And so fortunately everybody kind of thought it was just their internet connections, but no, it was me. So I haven't really been doing any video lately, just because I don't really have like the right setup for it right now. Like if you could see my setup at the moment, it's like totally janky. Like I have my camera sitting on top of a pen notebook organizer thingy, like right in front of my face. And so, and then like behind me is like the monitor. It's working. It's working right now. It totally is. But it took me, that's why I started a little bit late, because it took me a good 10 minutes or more just to try to figure out, if I could get it set up properly. Adam Hazard is in the chat going, wait, is it still called eBays and Bacon since you don't eat bacon anymore? Adam Hazard doesn't read, because what he's talking about is on my Facebook page about a week ago. My cousin had posted this thing and I went ahead and shared it. And it was basically this long, well, not long, it was 2 paragraphs stating like, oh my gosh, I've been doing so awesome. I haven't, I have been exercising every day. I haven't been drinking any alcohol, or especially wine. I haven't been eating any bacon. I've been living this totally free, vegan lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. And then in the very bottom line, it goes, I don't know whose status this is, but it said to copy, paste, and share. So I totally figured out all of my friends that don't read my posts, because it was so funny. I would watch them like change their emoticons, because it would be like a thumbs up and then it would change over to like a happy, like the laughing face. But actually, Adam, I have been doing really well with my eating and drinking and just lifestyle in general. I cut out alcohol completely. I've been monitoring what I've been eating. I've lost 7 pounds so far, so I'm really excited about that. Got a long way to go, but it's a start. And I'm just really excited about that. I actually purchased a fitness planner. If you've heard me talk about my happy planner, I got a fitness planner. I'm sorry, I'm watching the chat. Got a fitness planner, so I've been writing down the things that I eat, and I haven't been doing any exercise. It's cold now, and I don't want to go outside. And really, when you're doing something like that and you're trying to do a lifestyle change, it's a really good idea to change your eating first, because when you're doing weight loss, eating is like 80% of the battle. You're not going to exercise away bad portion control or whatever. You need to get your eating under control first, which I eat fairly healthy. I just have like portion control issues, and margaritas are not low calorie, no matter what they tell you. It's lies. So but anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the big announcement now, because people in the chat keep saying that I'm pregnant. No, I'm not having any more babies. I am not interested in babies. I don't want any babies. I am happy with my 9-year-old who gets herself up in the morning and gets herself dressed and does things all on her own. And no, there are no babies. No. But the big announcement is actually on. I feel so bad because like the chat is like, what is it? Tuesday, the Stew is going to be having our anniversary show, and so we're bringing back some of our original cast members. So Jenny Benny will be back on Tuesday for the special, as well as Nicole States. Texas Gal Treasures was also invited. Unfortunately, she has a previous obligation. It was kind of a last minute thing that we figured out what we were doing like Wednesday. But I think it's going to be super fun, and we're really excited about it. So Jenny Benny and Nicole State will be there along with the rest of the panel. We will be doing all of our normal topics except for in a year basis. So our best sell of the year, our worst sell of the year, the best thing we learned this year, all of our normal topics. And then also each one of the panel members will be doing a year in review and a future forecast. So I'm really excited to get everybody back together. I was so stoked to do the show on Tuesday. I'm so excited. And over the weekend, I'm going to try to spend some time finding a couple outtakes from the show of just kind of like our funniest moments, because it's what we do most of the time. We laugh. We laugh at each other. So on to my plans, right? So the plans for this weekend are, I was talking with my husband. I've been doing a lot of writing. So just like how I say, like, eBays and Bacon helps me clear out my brain and sort through what I'm thinking, like when I'm talking to you guys, writing does the same thing for me. And I have to like externalize. Is that a word? Externalize? It's a word now. Externalize my thinking process. And so I've been doing that, and that kind of opened up you know, me with my planner. And it's so funny like how far I've come with this planner. Like, let me take some stuff out here. This is folders so you can see what I'm talking about. And if you want to stick with me, I'm going to do a giveaway. So this is my planner for the week. Isn't it pretty? Oh my god, that's so pretty. So this was like the beginning of the week. And then there's yesterday. So yeah, and so my planner's been kind of bringing out my kind of getting my life together. And you know, it's weird, but like in the past couple of days, when 11 o'clock at night hits, for some reason my brain is like, let's fix all your life problems. And then I've been going to sleep at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Last night I was asleep well after 2. And I'm so excited in the chat. They're saying that I'm so crafty. I'm not a crafty person, but I am now. I've been lying to myself all those years. I got my Cricut yesterday. I haven't even taken it out of the box because I didn't have time to play with it. I bought a Cricut Explore Air, and I wanted to make my own like stickers and do some crafts with it, let my daughter play with it. And I also wanted to, and I was talking with Adam Cotter yesterday, I'm planning on putting together a planner packet based on resellers. And so it would have pretty much everything reseller oriented. Right now, I know Jeff Davidson has created some eBay sell stickers for us. And if you want to check him out over at, what is it, cosfrogs.com. I'll post it down in the description. I don't want to give the wrong link. But I think it's cosmicfrogs.com, but I could totally be wrong. I know it's Cosmic Frogs Vinyl on Facebook. But I will post it down in the description. But I'm going to be working on over the next month or two, and I would really love you guys' input about what you would like to see in a specific package for eBay sellers, Amazon sellers, Etsy sellers, kind of just reseller oriented in general. And I'm going to divide them up by eBay and Amazon too. But I would like to have it set up. So I need you guys' input if you you know, could leave it in the comments. You can always send me a message over on the Pinching Pesos Facebook page. I do answer private messages over there, and it's the easiest way to get in touch with me because it doesn't go to the other folder. It just ping sends, and I get a notification on my phone. So yeah, so that is a plan that I have for using my Cricut, but I need to get my brain all worked out on what to do with it. So I'll be working on that over the next couple of months. So you'll be seeing me asking you questions about that. Another thing that I wanted to say was we're doing a giveaway. I decided to do a giveaway since I have been talking about happy planners for the last couple of months. I would like to give you a happy planner. So if you can, down in the comments of this video, I would like for you to post your goal for 2017. What does your business plan look like? Because that's what I'm going to talk about next. So for this contest, for the giveaway, I would like for you to go ahead and post in the comments of the show once it's over, because they're not there now, what your big plan for 2017 is. What does it look like for you? What does 2017 look like for you? And I will be doing a random drawing selection on, when do we want to give it away? Wednesday? Let's do Wednesday. We'll give it away on Wednesday. I'll do it live Wednesday morning. So we'll close it out Tuesday night. You have until, where's my calendar? I could look in my planner. You have until December the 13th. If you would like to get a happy planner kit, I would love to send you one. So go ahead and post the comments below and what your big goal is for 2017. What's your dream? What you got going on? And then on Wednesday the 14th, I'll go ahead and announce who won. Adam says he has a Cricut I forgot about. I have a Cricut too. I have a Cricut, one of the ones that has those little cartridges, and I bought it used off of Facebook, and it's okay, but it's not what I want. I want to design my own stuff. And so if you have a Cricut Explore Air, you can design your own things, print them, and then cut them out. And that's what I want to do. I want to do my own. So, okay, so let me get into what my goal is, what my plans are for this weekend, based off of what my plan is for next year. I have a planner. Okay, so I have 3 planners. I have one that's for my life and my normal to-do list. I have one that I use for my husband's business, and then also like our budgeting and business expenses. And the other night I was writing down, I decided I take these packs of paper. They keep putting them on sale at Michael's. These like pad packs, and they got really pretty paper inside. That's what I decorated my desk with. And I cut them into 6x6 because they're 12x12. So I just zoop, zoop, cut them, and I use them to write on because they're prettier than regular paper. So it's more fun when you're doing daunting tasks like planning your life and writing your budget. So the other day I was doing this and I was just writing out, like, I was basically asking myself questions, and I put, what do I want for my business? And the number one thing that I have on here is I want to bring back my joy. I want to bring back the fun that I used to have with my business back when I went shopping and I just bought, you know, I just bought great stuff. I have access to so much stuff that there's no reason for me to be buying things that are still sitting over there, because I have access to so much stuff. Like all I really need to do is just cherry pick the stores and buy like 2 things and move on to another store. This whole thing of me filling up shopping carts with things that, you know, aren't top dollar is stupid. It's so stupid, because then all I do is I come home and then I stick it in these bins, and then I look at it like 3 weeks later and go, why did I buy this? Like, so I decided to bring back the fun in my business and do what I was doing before, where I was excited and I was happy and I was like, yay, look at this stuff I bought. This is so great. And I'm going to list it and it's going to be awesome. Because honestly, back in the day, I only had 175 listings in my store. And I was averaging $2,500 to $3,000 in sales. Now I have 400 things in my store, and I'm averaging $2,500 to $3,000 in sales. So I'm working harder to make the same amount of money. What kind of dumb is that? So I'm not going to do that anymore. What I have decided to do this weekend, the big plan is, and I talked to my husband about it, and he was like, that's a really good idea. I think that's going to work. So I'm going to clear all of this stuff out. When you come back and see me the next time I do a video, which you're going to be seeing me a lot more on videos this coming week, because I'm going to be playing catch up with my sales videos. I want to be completely caught up with all of my sales videos, so that way I can be on track for the beginning of the year. I have actually part of my plan down here is YouTube, because I've really been neglecting my YouTube. I sent Nicole a text yesterday, and I was like, you have done more video in the last 2 days than I have done in the last 5 weeks. I ain't been doing nothing. So we didn't even do the stew this week. I'm sorry. I was bad. I just needed to work. So you will be seeing a lot more YouTube of me like this coming week, because I'm going to be doing catch up sales updates, and like they'll be kind of back to back. So I hope you don't get tired of me. So what I'm going to be doing this weekend is taking all of this stuff, and I'm going to be transplanting it into another plastic bin that has locking lids. I have some of those, but I need to go buy some more. And so I'm going to be moving this stuff. So in the process of moving this stuff from one bin to another, it kind of, I'm going to look at it one more time so I can do a quick analysis of that particular item right then at that moment. You know, do I need to keep this or just get rid of this? And so I'm going to be moving from one bin to another. They're going to go into locking totes, and they're going to go outside. So they're either going to go in the shed or they're going to go on the patio, because I can't do this anymore. This stuff that's been in my backdrop for years weighs on my brain, and it makes me like mentally exhausted before I even do anything. So I've decided to move everything outside, and then I want to bring in a tote at a time, and I'll work that tote, and then it'll be done. Because that's what I used to do when my computer was in the living room. I would come in here and I would do all of my prep. I would clean, I would photo, I would do all of my prep in here, and then I would take a plastic tote and I would go in the living room behind the couch, because I had it positioned like it was like this. I would go behind the couch and I would list that tote, and then when I was done with it, I would go store it in the listed area. So that totally worked for me then. And that's what I'm going to do now. So the next time you see me, guys, this, go bye-bye. because I don't want to work in a warehouse. I want to work in a nice office conducive to creativity and flow and productivity and efficiency. This, it don't do that. This makes me crazy. And I document my crazy, so you guys can go back and watch all the videos of me and my crazy. So, there's no denying me and my crazy. Hang on. Coffee break. Man, I ruined a whole cup of coffee this morning. I've been making lattes because I got a frother that I've had forever, and I decided to start using it. And I put my little bit of creme brulee creamer and then some milk, and I frothed it up, and I've been making lattes. Well, this morning I grabbed the almond milk instead of the regular milk, and then it made my coffee taste like a tree peed in it. I ruined a whole Mike Lebowski of coffee. I had to pour it down the sink. I couldn't do the tree pea coffee. Anyway, so that's the plan for this weekend. My daughter's going to be gone. She has sleepover. And then, so I'm going to be working on that. And then my big plans for 2017 are just to get back to, I don't want to talk about it too much because that's what we're going to be talking about on Tuesday. But I want to get back to the business that I loved, because I was talking to my husband about that, with his business. And I'm like, because he has a really successful home repairs business. My foot is going to sleep. Oh God, I almost died. Okay. He has a really successful home repairs business. And I remember when he started, he was just so happy to get any job, right? Like any job, if he got hired, he was, yes, oh my gosh, yes. And then something happened over the last year and a half that he got snotty. And I think he got spoiled. And I had to talk with him, and I was like, okay, you've forgotten why you started this business. Your reasons were, 1, I don't want to work for anybody else anymore. They treat me like crap. That was it. And he started his business, and it was really awesome because immediately he replaced his income, which doesn't happen very often. I've told him over and over again how miraculous that was, that he didn't quit his job. He got laid off. After 9 years, he worked for the same company. And so he went from having this job that he's had for 9 years, being very steady, and then just immediately started a business that paid our bills. That doesn't happen. And so I keep telling him how miraculous that was, but he's lost sight of why he was doing it, how great it is that he actually has a business that pays the bills. And he's gotten his expectations of money are too high, I think. And that's a topic that I brought up on King Flip's show I was watching the first time. And he was talking about $10,000, and everybody keeps talking about $10,000. When the heck did the eBay goal become $10,000? I know Ronnie Hart does $10,000, and I know sometimes Nicole hits $10,000. And there's a couple recent, but when the hell did $10,000 become our freaking goal? That's crazy pants. And I had discussed that on his in his chat, that I don't understand. If I went out today and I would look for a job, my pay bracket would be like $14 to $20 an hour, but I would say average in the Austin area for what I'm good at is like $15. That's about the going rate on jobs here. So why would I expect that I'm going to replace my skill set. My skill set is $15 to $20 an hour. That's my skill set. And make $10,000 a month. What the hell happened in the last 6 months that's become like the bar? That's not my bar. I mean, it would be great, but that's not my bar. My bar is in my skill set area. And I see a lot of people that they want to quit their jobs and they're like, "Oh, my goal is this 10,000." What? You had a $5,000 a month job. And you're going to replace it with eBay and make 10 grand. That's a plan for failure if I ever heard it. And it also is very discouraging. Super discouraging. Like, if that was my standard of excellence every month, I've been failing the last 5 years, guys. Like, the last 5 years. I've said for the longest time, I don't want to work that hard. I choose to make the amount of money that I make. The amount of money that I make in my business is by choice. That's what I make. Prof Sale says $10,000 is the level a lot of people were setting, where the net starts approaching a living wage. I'm middle class, so I don't know. I'm a lower middle class person. I don't understand $120,000 a year. That's not in my brain concept. So anyway, where was I? So I was talking about my husband. That's when I got off on this $10,000 tangent. And he got snotty about the money that he was making, and for some reason it was like he needed to make more money. And so he got out of his realm of the reason why he was doing his business, which was to pay our bills. When he worked his job, he was making $18 an hour. He's a skilled worker. He can build a water treatment plant from the ground up. He's not a hole digger. He don't dig ditches. He can build a water treatment plant with the plans in his hand from the ground up. Smart guy. But he was making $18 an hour. We survived off $18 an hour. I had that. We had that, and my little money that I was making on eBay that I would pay. I paid the electric bill, my cell phone, the internet, and stuff for my daughter, like little stuff like that. And it was totally fine. So I don't understand, like, the idea of, I had a job, I brought home this amount of money, but now I'm going to start a business and I'm going to make 4 times that amount of money. That's my requirement. And so I told him, I said, you need to get back to the why and the what of your business and be happy with that. And if you grow and you build and you have more money come in, it's amazing. But your baseline has to be realistic. Because otherwise you end up working your ass off. There was one point in time he was working 7 days a week from 8 o'clock in the morning until 9 o'clock at night. I would see him at like 10 o'clock at night. He would leave at 7. And 7 days a week. And so anyway, ow, I hurt my hand. Enough about that. So I had to look at my business as well when we were having this discussion and go, okay, what is it that I want? So what I did is I looked at, okay, if I went out and got a job today and I worked 40 hours a week full time, this is how much money I would bring home in my skill set for the job I could get, right? And then I looked at, okay, well, this is how much I typically make in my business. This is how much I've made in my business the last several years. You're just standing in the hall looking at me. I got a creeper in the hall. Anyway, so, and then this is how much I need to make to kind of replace that. And this is where I want to be. And so that's what I'm looking at. That's what I did. I kind of wrote it down. I was like, okay, this is my earning potential. This is typically what I make. These are my bills, and this is what I'm doing. So I just want to be realistic. $10,000 would be great. $10,000 isn't what I'm going to do right now. I don't want to put that work in. I don't want to do that. That's not, I've said it before that I didn't want a job. I don't want a job. And that's what that would be. It would be a job. It would just be a job that I worked for myself. They're talking about taxes in the chat. Yeah, taxes are a lot, especially when you're self-employed. It's like 30% in it. More than that, 40% almost. It's a lot. I just got my sales tax thing yesterday. It's got to be filed by the 20th. I screwed it up last year, and I didn't turn it in until the 31st. I thought it was due on the 31st. It's not due on the 31st. It's due on the 20th of January. So, yeah. Fortunately, my taxes for my eBay business the last couple of years have not been bad. I actually got a return, or a refund, not a return, a refund, 2 years ago. So that was pretty good. I had enough deductions and stuff like that it did. Mileage is number one. Go mileage. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. That's the end of the year coming up. It is becoming end of the year time, guys. If you have not got an accounting process in place, get one, because you'll be so much happier 2018 when you have to do your taxes. Tina asks, who do you use for, I do my own taxes. I just use Tax Act. They have a, their tax software is set up really well for home business type stuff. It asks you like all the questions. And so I use my GoDaddy. I have my Easy Auction Tracker. I download PayPal reports and Amazon reports and stuff like that. And I just do them myself. Okay, so other plans for the business. Okay, so what I did when I was doing this, actually, when I was asking my questions, it was like, what do I want for my business? I want to bring back my joy, and I want to be able to pay my bills. And then I wrote here, what are my bills? Like, so how much do I need to make? And then I wrote, what do I need to do to make this happen? And so I wrote, I need to inventory my existing listed items and consolidate them, because right now my bins are getting empty. I've sold a lot of stuff this month, and in the last 30 days. And I got a lot of like bins out there that have like 4 things in them. So I need to consolidate my inventory. And then I need to go through my back stock, possibly move into tubs with lids and move them outside, bring in 1 tote at a time and list or donate. And not possibly, that is what's happening. So that's what I'm going to be working on this weekend. And then I wrote down things that I would like to add to my business. It would be to do more YouTube. I need to catch up on my weekly sales update videos. I put with mass recording. And try to do an eBays and Bacon every week, because I really enjoy doing this. This is like my favorite YouTube thing that I do. And then I would like to do regular helper videos. I'm really bad about putting together like how-to videos, but I would like to start allotting at least an hour's worth of time during my week to put together a video. And when you say an hour's worth of time, like if it's an hour-long video, it generally takes up like half of your day. But I would like to do that. That's something I would like to do. So I'm going to work on adding that to my weekly regular scheduled programming. And then my business focus, I wrote on the back, I would like to get back to doing easy flip RA. I used to do that a lot about 3 years ago. Amazon wasn't a business that I focused on very much, but it was something that I would add things to, and it would just like be surprise money. It was like extra money, just surprise, here's some money. And it was like the gift that kept on giving. Like Amazon was just like, here's a couple $100, and that was great. And I never even used that money. I would just like put it over, it just stayed there in my bank account. It was just like an extra cushion, and I would like to get back to that cushion. And then I need to also, for my business focus, is put into place that 6 times rule that you heard me talk about. The 6 times rule. Well, the 6 times rule is coming back. The 6 times rule is whoosh, do it, Deborah, coming back into play, because when I evaluated that and came up with that 6 times rule on, I wasn't going to buy anything that I couldn't sell for 6 times. There's leniency in that. But that was the general concept of less than $50 items. Then I didn't actually do it. And I spent a lot of time evaluating that, of whether or not it was something that was going to be worthwhile. And it was. So I'm not going to waste that time that I spent like going, hey, this is a good idea. I'm going to put that into place. I also would like to make sure I very much get back into parts. Because I haven't done the parts video, I haven't parted out any of my stuff because it was for the video. It's still sitting over here. So I've got to get that video together, or y'all are just going to miss it, because I've got to get those parts listed. And then some other just, I would like to send in at least a shipment a month, something like that. And then I actually would like to fine tune my merchant channel, multi-channel fulfillment on Amazon. I would like to fine tune that for my eBay business, because if you have it set up right, your customers can get their stuff in 2 days, and it's not very expensive. It's like 11 bucks. So I would like to actually fine tune that, so that way I can offer and say, hey, this has 2-day shipping. It can be the pinching Amazon. Pow! 2-day shipping. And then some other things about learning design and stuff, because I have that Cricut, so I need to learn how to use it, right? Ow. How many people do we have watching? I've got this big thing in the way. I can't even see. Wow! There's 67 people up this morning. I was actually going to do this show at like 7:30, and then I was like, oh, it's only 5:30 in California. I should probably wait. I'm surprised I'm even awake, because I went to bed well after 2, like I said. So, but those are my plans that I have going on. So as soon as I finish this office, I will do another show, because I'm sure I'll have some, brain stuff to work out. Maybe. So just a reminder, I am doing a giveaway of a Happy Planner pack for you. If you will comment in the video, or comment in the comments below the video, what your plans are for 2017 for your business. I just like to know your plans. Like, what are you tweaking? What didn't work for you? What are you doing now? That's what I'd like to know. And we'll be closing that contest out. I say we like it's me and my army. Me. I will be closing that out on Tuesday night. So I'll announce it Wednesday morning, but it's going to be a good one, because I'm going to go to Costco and I'm getting the big packet. Anyway, that's it, you guys. That's all I got. Do you have any questions before I go? Because I'm going to go. This went on for way longer than I thought it was going to. I was like, oh, it's just going to be a little quick morning show. Get your day started. And then like 45 minutes went by. Story of my life. Oh, let me talk about that. I downloaded an app. I posted a picture of it over on the Pinching Pesos page, called Timesheets. And timesheet is really for like consultants or people that, you know, do their own thing, right? Freelancers or whatever. They're kind of trying to keep track of their time. But what I did is I set it up as eBay, Confianza, which is my husband's business, and then then it just says, you know, like home. And what I do is when I start different projects, it's really simple to start and stop it. And so, and then to assign what it's for. So every time that I'm changing processes or things that I'm doing, I actually stop and start the little timesheet. So that way I can kind of keep track of my day. And because like the other day when I first started using it, I was looking at it, well, I was looking at my day and I was like, I didn't get done everything I wanted to do today. What did I do today? You know, like, did I accomplish anything today? And then I went back and I looked at the timesheet report and it was like, oh, I was just really busy. It was like, what, Wednesday? I was like, I was just really busy on Wednesday. I was doing stuff for my husband, setting up a customer database. I was trying to work on some other things. And then I just had all of this different stuff. But in my timesheet app, it showed me because I write a note real quick, you know, like what I was doing, shipping, or went to the post office, or made lunch, or took a phone call for his business, or whatever it is. And so it was really good to actually see like what my day consisted of. And I was able to actually like pinpoint some areas that I need to not spend so much time on. Like I need to cut that time in half and then work on other things. Because what I did the other night is I sat down and I put 1 through 23, you know, for your 24 hours of the day. And 1 through 23. And or 24. I know it's 24 hours in a day, but I think it's 1 through 23 when you're trying to mark it off. Right? No, it's 24. Never mind. I did write down 1 through 24. Joni's asking what the app is again. It's called Timesheet. It's just called Timesheet. And so what I did is I took the 1 through 24 and I tally marked my hours. So I'm like, okay, I looked at my S Gear thing because I have a little watch and it keeps track of my sleep. So I looked back on the last couple of months and I'm like, okay, I sleep an average of between 7 and 8 hours a day. It's like averaging out at like 7 hours and some minutes. So I was like, okay, I will mark that off. So I marked off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, 1 through 8 got marked off. And then I was like, all right, well, I spend 20 minutes taking Maria to school and back, picking her up and back, and then like little stuff in between. So that's another hour. And I marked that off. And then I was like, okay, well, I spend this amount of time, like take shower, brush your teeth, get ready, mark that off. I spend this amount of time making coffee and lunch and breakfast and that kind of stuff. So mark that off. So by the time I got done, I had like marked my day of things that I know happen every day. Every day I do these things. And then I could see how much I had left. And then I was like, okay, well, I average about 90 minutes that I spend on shipping. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's a lot more. About 90 minutes I spend on shipping. So I marked that off. And you know, I spend about this amount of time texting with my friends and chatting with my friends, right? So I'm like, that was like 2 hours a day. I was looking at the thing, I was like, 2 hours a day I spend like chatting with people. It's nice to be social though. So I don't know if I actually even want to let that go because I need friends. It's freaking lonely in here. So, so I put that and then I was like, okay, now let me figure out where I'm going to use the rest of my time because this is pocketed off as like definite time. And then I have this amount of time that I can work with. And so I kind of figured out what my day what I would like for my day to look like. And that was really helpful to actually do that little tally mark. To say like, because I think we really think that we have a lot more time than we do. And when I really got down to it, I was like, I have about 4 hours. Like I have about 4 hours to actually work on my business. So to take pictures and prep and do that stuff and list. I've got 3 to 4 hours in my whole day. And that's not very much for somebody that's at home all day. Like, I was really blown away by that. I was really blown away by how little time. Because for some reason in my head, I had like 10 hours a day and I was just blowing it. You know, like I was just wasting it. But really when I really got down to it, I only have about 4. So I need to spend that 4 hours. It was nice knowing that I need to spend 4 focused hours taking pictures and listing. That's the grand scheme of that. And I should do fine, because in an hour, depending on what it is, if it's one-off items, I can probably do like just listing. I could probably do like one every 5 minutes or so. That's with research and everything, like one every 5 to 10 minutes. So if one every 5 to 10 minutes, depending on what it is, that's at least 6 an hour, like minimum. So that's 12 items minimum. Like that's minimum 12 items a day. That's huge. That's a lot, because normally my goal is 10. So a minimum of 12 a day is not bad. So that's my big master plan. And I think it's a great plan, because I don't think it's too out of the realm of reality. I don't think it's like gung-ho, oh my gosh, I'm going to do all these things and I'm never going to look at Facebook again and I'm only going to focus and I'm only going to do that. No, it's a realistic goal. And so 4 hours is what I'm going to allot to it. But that's it. Thelma Thrift says she wants to meet me in 2017. I'm coming to Houston. I'm going to come to Houston. I got to spend some time with Tanya. And I would love to meet you, Thelma. I just think you are the classiest lady. Like, you're like my idol with your hair, and you're so pretty. Anyway, let me scroll up real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and go, because I got stuff to do today. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any questions. Susan says, I'm so overwhelmed right now. I thought I had 2 virtual assistants, but neither of them have done a thing. Oh, speaking of virtual assistant, one of the members of the $1,500 room wanted to advertise as a lister for eBay. And I told him not yet, like I didn't want him to advertise yet, that I wanted to actually try his services first before I let him post in the group, just because the $1,500 room is kind of a close-knit kind of what I consider family. We kind of joke and play and do that kind of stuff. And if something gets posted in that kind of environment, I feel like I'm responsible for it. So I don't want to endorse or co-sign something that I didn't actually try. I don't want, people to come back and say, oh, you allowed this in your group and it totally sucked, That's fine in bigger groups, but in a smaller community like that, I just, want to make sure that I vet it first. So I'm going to be working with him as soon as I get this office all cleaned up to try out his services. And we're actually working on a file exchange to try to see if we can get that to work, because I know a hiccup in a lot of virtual assistant stuff is they want your password, and I ain't giving my password to anybody. So you can't have my password. I don't want your help. So we are going to be working through having it set up through file exchange, so that way the listings can just be uploaded and you don't have to actually give anybody your password to your account. So as soon as I get that done, and if it's good, I will definitely let you guys know, and you can use him. So I hope it's good, because I would love to be able to say there is a, you know, US virtual assistant charging $1 a listing. He's good, blah, blah, and you don't need to give your password to anyone. So I hope it works out, but I haven't had a chance. We were communicating this week, and then I haven't had a chance to do anything because I've been busy. Tammy says she does taxes and accounting. What kind of taxes and accounting, Tammy? I might need your services. I think that's it. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. One second. I'm almost done. But anyway, that's it. Guys, make sure to comment below for the giveaway, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me this morning. This was really fun, and I'm glad I got to talk with you. So, love you guys. Everybody have a really fantastic day. I forgot that my camera was on that. Everybody have a really fantastic day, and I'll talk to you later when this is gone.